Well, last year's Boston Red Sox put together an 89-win season. They made the postseason. We talked to Alex Cora about their year earlier in the week. Garrett Crochet was a beast. Roman Anthony opened everybody's eyes and made us all aware of the talent and that he's going to be in Boston for a long, long time. And our front office insights are presented by Sage. It's winter meetings number 2 for Boston's Chief Baseball Officer Craig Breslow. Craig, good morning. Winter meetings number 1 for you went pretty well. You landed Garrett Crochet. But I want to ask you to start out. What's the mindset of the club? What's your mindset heading into 26 as compared to what you were feeling heading into 25?
Sure. I think last year at this time we had set expectations for ourselves that we wanted to kind of reclaim the Red Sox rightful place in the division and in the league. And in order to do so, we knew we needed to be aggressive and we needed to really improve our club. This year, I think we've got that same expectation, but we're coming off a season where we did take a step forward. We got a taste of the postseason. Some of our younger players came up and they contributed, but we know that there's work to be done to improve our roster and take the next step forward.
Yeah, before Harold goes here, I want to follow up with this because I would imagine when you took over heading into the 2024 season, one of the things you looked at was let's clean it up defensively a little bit. And that happened. In fact, we've got some proof to that. Hit that full screen, guys. In terms of
at that full screen.
Got that full screen built. Outs above average, just one way to categorize defensive performance. And the difference between 23 and 24 was striking, an even bigger improvement last year. That has to make you happy.
Absolutely, and I think that's a credit to the personnel, the guys playing the field every day, and then also to Alex and the coaching staff. Really recommitting to fundamentals, and the work has spanned our PD system too. Just an increased focus on fielding the ball and converting balls in play to outs.
So I always believe that the most important relationship is the general manager, or baseball ops, as they say now, the head person, and the manager, field manager. Mm-hmm. So I always believe that no matter what the organization is. How often do you talk to Alex? You guys probably talk an awful lot.
Yeah, multiple times a day through the season, in the off season, and I think that our relationship continues to grow. We bounce ideas off of each other. There are times where I've got an idea and he'll tell me he doesn't think that's the right one, and it turns out he's right. And hopefully there have been a time or two when the opposite has been true. But Alex is a great baseball mind. He sees the game really well, and he builds great relationships with players. So he's a huge asset to us.
Did you guys play together, or he managed? What was?
So we played together. I remember it. I don't think he did. It was very briefly. With the Red Sox, I was up and down and a rookie, and he was certainly more established. But yeah, we were together.
That's pretty cool.
So I want to get right to the elephant in the room question regarding Alex Bregman, and I know you're not at liberty to tell us everything you know, but I'm sure there are multiple channels that you guys have charted out. One being the ideal case scenario, Bregman returns. The other being we have to pivot plan B. Give us what you got on the pursuit of Alex Bregman. I know the club would love to have him back. He was such a great fit. Where are you right now?
Sure. So we are having a bunch of conversations, and you're right. We've got to not just kind of chart option A, but also B, C, D, and on. But we had the chance to see up close what Alex can bring to a clubhouse, what he can bring to the field. He emerged as a leader, especially a leader amongst those young players, and his impact on our team was huge. And so we obviously remain engaged in conversations, but exactly how things will go, we're not sure.
Well, everybody keeps talking about Pete Alonso, perfect in Boston with the big monster and things like that. As you start looking at players, does the monster play into who you might go after or how a player might fit in Fenway?
It has to. Playing 81 games in Fenway, which is such a unique park, and right-handed hitters who profile to hit the ball in the air to the pull side, or lefties who are able to go the other way, can have outsized success. And we have to bake that into the way we think about evaluating players and building our lineup. And we've seen guys have so much success there, with Ortiz and others. And it's part of the reason that Alex was so attractive, because of the way that he hits the ball in the air to left field.
What's the biggest change or biggest growth you've seen from last year to this year in your position?
Sure. I think it's probably the emergence of some pitching talent. Obviously, we were able to bring in Garrett last year, and to put him at the front of the rotation is a good place to start every time he takes the ball. But beyond that, guys like Bayo took a step forward, and the emergence of some of our younger pitchers,
Did you like, was
and
it
Tolley
early
and
that
others.
you were talking about, Matt?
Yeah, Tolley and Early, the two lefty kids.
Yep. Yeah, they came up, they contributed. And then I think there's some more talent behind them. So the ability to start to develop pitching and recognize that, we had been known as, for the ability to develop position players for a while, but maybe that pitching development is catching up.
You were always a guy that talked pitching. I used to talk with you a lot. Do you have the freedom in your job now, from time-wise, to be able to go watch a bullpen in spring training and stand there and be able to get back to that mindset, watching guys throw?
Sure, I try to, because I enjoy it, and I think it's a great way to build relationships with staff and players. But I've got a ton of trust in the pitching leadership group that we have in place, and Andrew Bailey, our Major League pitching coach, has done a fantastic job, and Chris Holt and others. So I trust those guys. I'm not there to coach. I'm there to watch.
It was always said, Craig, that your first manager, Bruce Bochy, was always harder on catchers because he was a catcher. Are you harder on left-handed pitching because that's the role you occupied as a player?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm biased toward them. If you look at the kind of composition of our pitching group, we've got a lot of left-handed pitching there, or if I'm harder on them. But I like to say, as a 5'10" lefty that didn't throw very hard, I know how hard it was to get people out with my stuff. And so when you look at the 6'6", Garrett Crochet's and Peyton Toley's of the world, you realize that they probably have a leg up.
Doesn't even feel fair, right? When you look at the skill set there. We appreciate the visit, man. Best to you and your family during the holidays, and we'll be waiting for the next big splashy transaction.
Let's go, man.
Thanks. Happy holidays, guys.
Thanks, Craig. We're going to take a break. When we come back,